So, welcome back to another edition of Hey, Behavior, Fix Your Game. Unfortunately, it's all too common that we see this. Behavior, the developers, I don't know what's going on over there. I'm an old person. That's why the channel name is Geriatric Gaming. And a long time ago, I used to work at KB Toy Store, if everybody remembers those. And we used to sell video games when they were hard copies. Now, back in those days, defective games were very much few and far between. Games went out. Some of them had bugs in them, obviously, when they were released. And we heard about that, but we saw very few returns and very few instances where games just simply didn't work properly. Well, unfortunately, now that we are in an age of downloadable games and downloadable content, companies seemed, well, insistent on pushing out product without it being properly tested. And it's not like this is the only game that has bugs in it that cause gameplay mechanics to fail. There are plenty of games out there. Plenty of games out there and plenty of companies out there that are more interested in, well, getting as many dollars into their pocketbooks as they can as quickly as possible rather than, put out a proper product. Behavior has had numerous issues over the last just year that I've been playing, or less than a year that I've been playing. We've seen glitches, we've seen bugs, we've seen mechanics in the game simply not working right, whether it's from a gameplay mechanic or simply other things like everyone remembers the ghastly Gateau cakes that were bugged for seemingly forever during the 4th year anniversary event. Currently, right now, I play on console, and console is, well, to be fair, somewhat difficult to play due to the frame rate issues that is being caused by this new patch update. But this is something that I've already seen other people touch upon, but I'll just add my voice to it as well. Another bug that came out is we have rift challenges, and one of the rift challenges in the killer tree is, and we will just very quickly go to the rift, and hopefully you didn't see the bug. So as you can see, we've already done some survivor challenges, we've done some killer challenges. So when we record YouTube rounds as killer, well, we want to try to obviously get killer ones done. So we just finished hooking 20 survivors in a previous match. Then we moved on to the devious one. Deadly Deceit earned 20,000 blood points in the devious category. Not too difficult, right? Except you see 16 points I have under deviousness. And, well, that's because despite scoring, well, a lot more than 16 points in my previous match, this is a completely bugged part of the rift where no killer apparently is getting proper devious points. I've seen on their forums posts where people have said they've played any number of other killers, Hag, Trapper, Doctor, Spirit, Freddy, whatever it is, and they're basically getting devious points along these lines towards this challenge, which means, well, if you don't play Survivor, I do, but if you don't play Survivor, your path through the rift is going to look something like this: here to here to here to here, or you may go to the hillbilly one. But in any case, you cannot get through to the end of the rift playing killer only unless you do this. And if you do this at, well, anywhere from 10 to 50 blood points at a time or whatever it is, you're not going to get this done anytime soon. When is this going to get fixed? Well, I'd like to think it would get fixed soon, but this is the same company where the stuck on a hill bug remained in play for multiple weeks, where the decisive strike bug remained in for multiple weeks, where the I'm the killer and can't hook anybody bug remained in for multiple weeks, and where on console players have been promised optimization for, well, years, and none of that has ever happened. This is also the same development team that, well, just released their newest patch, had put in a nerf to discordance, and while it's really not that big of a change and that big of a deal, it is a nerf, and it's a change that nobody asked for, because frankly, discordance is one of those perks, while helpful, is nowhere near game breaking. Am I complaining that discordance got nerfed? Absolutely not. That doesn't really matter. As I said, I run it on a lot of builds. It is a nerf. But the point is that the developers are using resources and man hours and time and money and whatever on their side to do things that no one is asking for that don't affect the game when you have issues like this that are being run out clearly without anybody testing, without anybody seeing that this is a problem beforehand. And the poor optimization on consoles right now, the frame rate drops, the lag, the issues that players are playing, and I thankfully, since the patch has come out, have managed to work through it. It hasn't been too bad on my side, but I've seen videos of people who, unfortunately, for their games, this has simply become unplayable with this recent patch. And that's inexcusable. That shows a complete lack of testing, despite a public test build, a complete lack of testing to make sure that, hey, this is going to work right for, our console players who do make up a decent size of your consumer-based behavior. Issues like this shouldn't be happening. Issues like this just shouldn't be happening if you have any sort of quality control in your company. And again, where are your resources being allocated? We just, again, saw a patch with a number of fixes to perks, and most of those fixes basically were useless. They made terrible perks slightly less terrible, but they're still not making those perks runnable by people on a regular basis. Other perks that people complain about all the time, see Decisive Strike, Unbreakable, things like that, Dead Hard, and other items in the game, such as, Ebony Mories and Keys, well, those continue to get ignored, while things like Discordance receive valuable resource time to be changed, and while things like, challenges in the Killer Rift aren't even checked before this is run out, and when consoles apparently were ignored during the public test build. We already know that they don't have public test build for consoles, but you would think someone at Behavior owns an Xbox or a PlayStation 4 or a Nintendo Switch or whatever, and, actually tried the new update on it to see, hey, we might have a problem, guys, before they push this out. But if they don't, if they don't push this out, if they actually, do a good quality control job like you would expect a major company to do, well, at that point, I guess you might not have gotten your event out. You might not be able to sell all those neat new cosmetics in the store, and you might not be able to make a little bit of extra money. I have a number of videos in the glitch clip system that talk about this. I have a number of videos that aren't in that particular playlist that talk about it. But I'll say it one more time. Behavior. You're a company that puts out a game. Fix your game already. Enough is enough. It's getting to the point where it's almost laughable if it wasn't so sad. Anyway, hope you enjoyed listening to this mini rant. I hope that you're not one of the poor people on console who's suffering so badly that you can't even play this game. And Behavior, I don't know how you allocate your resources. Obviously, I don't work for your company. But at this point, something needs to be changed because clearly the job isn't getting done properly. On that note, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. You can check with us. We have new Dead by Daylight videos where occasionally the game works as it's intended to. And we have those on our channel. Please hit the like and subscribe button and check back with us for those uploads. And you can follow us over on Twitch at Geriatric Gaming 11 and be notified when we go live. Until the next time, and probably the next bug, we'll see you in the next Dead by Daylight. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks again for watching.